Now, the previous video, many of you will know that we were talking about the China's new energy vehicles, large SUV market breakdown for the month of September, where NIO, obviously for September, you'll know that they delivered 34,749, which was a 40% increase year over year. You know that we've already, on that video I did previously, we also touched base on the total deliveries that ES8 generated, L90 generated, but in terms of the overall delivery breakdown of the NIO main brand, we did not touch base on that, but I'm glad to say that on this video, we'll be looking at the breakdowns to see the other performance of the other new NIO models, because it's important to track how much is NIO selling of the other models except the NIO ES8. How much is NIO generating in terms of sales, which is very, very good. I mean, like I said, in 10 days, NIO sold 2,803, which we covered in the previous video. But now, how much did other models under NIO delivered? Because we know that NIO main brand for the month of September, they sold just over 13,000 cars. Now we want to see per model, how did we get to that 13,000 that NIO delivered for them for the month of September. Now, before we dig deep into those deliveries, please like this video, please subscribe if you've not done so. YouTube still tells me that some of you guys are just watching and not subscribing, and therefore I would really appreciate if you can just subscribe, because look man, it takes me some time to make this kind of content, and those of you that have been on this channel for quite some time, you will know that this is something that, yeah, I enjoy doing. I enjoy making NIO content for you guys, and therefore I just ask that you subscribe if you've not done so. You like the video if you've not been liking the videos. I appreciate those that have been subscribing and liking. And this, whatever I'm requesting, guys, honestly, it's free. You don't pay for subscribing to my channel. You don't pay for liking the video. So I just ask you guys to subscribe if you've not done so, to like this video, and let's get back to it. Now you will notice there that, like I said, ES8 sold 2,803 vehicles in 10 days of September, because delivery started only on the 21st, right? And because deliveries only started, I think, on the 20th, right? Now, this, of course, like I said, it was a good figure, or a good sales, but it was not the best model that sold. It was not the best-selling model for the month of September, right? Because the best-selling model for the month of September was the ET5 Touring, which sold 5,048 units. And this model is maintaining its strong position for showing the demand, or the great demand that is there for this model. I mean, previously, the car that used to dominate the NIO deliveries is the NIO ES6, but right now we are seeing a major shift where the ET5 Touring is selling the most, more than the ES6, more than the ET5 mid-sedan. And this is something that is just so great. ET5 Touring, you'll know that it is the cheapest model that you buy under NIO. Starting price is around 298,000 RMB, and this is for the 100 kilowatt hour battery, or this is the price, or that price is for the 100 kilowatt hour battery, which is something that is very, very good. Now, like I said, they sold 5,048 cars, and represent a 9% increase year on year, but a 16% increase compared to the deliveries that they generated in August. You will know that there was a statement that has been circulating to say that, look, the ES8, not only is it picking up in terms of orders, but what we are seeing in the NIO stores is that deliveries of the other models are also picking up because of the popularity of the NIO ES8. When people come and see the ES8, some of the people are not buying or are not placing orders, but rather they end up placing orders onto the other NIO cars, which is this increase, or the growth in terms of the percentage, month to month, year on year. It just proves to you that this is exactly what is happening. Now, the best-selling SUV, or the best-selling model under NIO for some time, which is the NIO ES6, it sold 2,930 units in September, ranking NIO's second highest, of course, car, right? But this one, this 2,930 which they sold in September, it was a 62.92% decline or decrease year on year, but a 1.84% increase from August. So there's a slight increase on month to month, but a major drop year on year. And this is because obviously ET5 Touring has become the most popular, or the car that so many of the people that are buying NIO cars are considering it. And this, of course, we know that it's before the all-new NIO ES8 was launched. Right now, from this month, you are going to see ES8 taking over the deliveries, or taking over as the car that is doing the most. But ES8 used to be that car that was doing the most for NIO. I mean, at some point in time, ES6 went to even sell over 10,000 units for some of the months, which was so great, so amazing, and it shows us the great performance that this car is doing. In terms of the margins, the ES6 has got more margins than the ET5, but you don't have to worry that much about that, because right now the ES8 is here, and in terms of revenue, there's more revenue, and the margins, hopefully they are much better than the margins that NIO makes with selling the ET5. ET5, I mean, the margins, I think they are fairly just around 20%, or just slightly over 20%, because with the ES6, NIO made it clear that the margins that they make for that car, it's around 20%. Though they did not give the exact margin, they did disclose that they get a pretty good decent margin from the ES8, which I think it's better in terms of the margins that they get from the ET5, right? But anyways, like I said, this shift of ET5 Touring selling more than the ES6, it's something that just happened recently. In fact, it is now the 4th month. September is the 4th month where we are seeing ET5 Touring selling more than the ES6. Otherwise, ES6, since its launch, it has been doing the most. In fact, on the overall total sales for NIO of over 870,000, 40% of those sales, or approximately 40% of those sales since inception, come from the NIO ES6, which is something that shows you how powerful this model is. I just wonder how this model will do when they launch the 3rd generation model under the ES6, because you will know that right now the ES6 is still a 2nd generation model, meaning that they have not launched the 3rd generation model like what we are seeing with the NIO ES8. But yeah, I don't want to discuss more about that. We'll just discuss as the years come. ES8 was the 3rd best-selling model with, like I said, the 2,803 units, and we've discussed more about that. Now the EC6 comes 4th with 1,084 units. This was down 59% year on year and down 5.49% month to month. So the month to month and the year to year for the EC6 was down, right? Let's continue. ET7 sedan sold 137 units in September, down 76%, 78.9% year on year, and down 64.96% month to month. ET7 has not also received a facelift, and I think we might be seeing, I don't know, very soon, maybe towards the end of next year, maybe NIO might launch the all new NIO NT3.0 ET7 in next year. I think we're going to see this, because if you notice the EC7, the ES7, the ET7, they've not received any upgrades. All the other models from NIO have been upgraded this year, right? Or these are latest versions, but these 3 have not been upgraded. But we know ES7 is going to be launched very soon, right? Upgraded to the NT3.0 version, which is something that is great, and we are looking forward to it. But ET7, EC7, we still don't know what's the plan, but I can tell you, I'm sure they are going to be upgraded also next year, and we look forward to that. And part of the reason why they've been struggling in terms of sales is because they've not been any new release. I think this is why they are selling low units. I've spoken about the EC7, which sold 25 units in September, the lowest since it started selling. It was at 89%, drop year on year 84%, the month to month. Like I said, it's simply because, or this is all because, honestly, these cars are a bit old and people are not really preferring to go buy them for now, because there are so many new products out there in the market. And what will revive their sales is when NIO obviously launch probably the third generation of this model, which I am expecting them to come next year. We are looking forward. Hopefully things get to be better for NIO next year. But anyways, this is what we saw in terms of the delivery breakdowns. But I can tell you, the best selling car for NIO main brand this month, it's going to be the all new NIO ES8 with over 10,000 cars sold. This is what we are going to see. Then ET5 Touring will come second, but top spot from now on, probably until maybe, I don't know, June of next year, we'll be seeing ES8 topping the rankings, and we look forward to that. But anyways, I don't want to make this video too long. Tell me what you think about these delivery breakdowns. I like what I see, though in some of the models, though we are not seeing a massive performance, at least we are seeing some of the models doing so well. And the ES8, I must say, so it is a model that gives me massive hope into the overall NIO deliveries. To it, together with the Envoy L90, this year for me, these two cars are the biggest game changer, or were the biggest game changer for NIO this year. But again, I don't want to make this video too long. Let's end this video here. I'll see you on the next one. Like, share, subscribe. That's all from me, and God bless you all.